Under is very, very interesting. Move on to the New York Jets at New York Giants. Jets 3-3, 1-1 on the road. Giants 2-5, 1-2 at home. We're at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 68 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 6 miles per hour. Let's get into the line history for this one. We'll start with the side. Jets, Giants. Now, this is really a 2.5. Pinnacle showing a 3, but it's not a real 3. It's minus 123 to the Giants. But it does go to show you what's happened here. This opened up with the Giants plus 3 at plus 101, and then they went to plus 109. This went to plus 110 even yesterday at 8:30 in the morning. Plus 3 at plus 110. So that gives you an idea of what's happened here. 33 cents of movement. 33 cents of movement from that point towards the New York Giants. I mean, that's huge. That's big. And it's, a key number coming off the 3 and down to the 2.5. This total is very low, sitting at 37. It opened up at 36. So it's gone up a point to 37. DG says, I really like the Giants here. Says, what the heck is New York Jets doing laying 3 on a neutral? And the Harold Williams saying that the Finns should win by 10 or way more in that one. We'll see. But let's stick with Jets Giants right now. Let's get over to the cash flow for this one. And we have 59% of the tickets and 73% of cash on the under. And we've got 46% of tickets and 70% of cash on the Jets. Line moving towards the Giants. Jets coming off their bye week. They were last seen that big Week 6, 2014 win at home over the Eagles, 3-3, despite having been trailing at the half in every game this year. I mean, that's wild. Zach Wilson has looked much better. Went 28 of 39 for 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers in that loss to the Chiefs. He went 19 for 26 for 199 yards, no touchdowns and a pick in that 31-21 win at Denver. Then he went 19 of 33 for 186 yards without a touchdown or a turnover in the 2014 victory over Philadelphia. They were just 2 for 11 on third down. They're last in the league, converting just 25% of red zone opportunities. So what's changed? The only thing that's changed is Zach Wilson's not making terrible mistakes. He's not throwing interceptions. He's trying to be as conservative as possible because this defense is very good. That's what's changed. The Jets were 1 for 4 in the red zone. They're 29.4% on the season. That's only better than the Steelers at 28.6%. So the only change really is he's not making mistakes. That's it in my mind. He's just not trying to do too much. They hope to have, but we expect to have both Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed back. But Salah said yesterday they're still in concussion protocol. Dwayne Brown is eligible to return from the IR this week. But Salah again said he wants to see how Brown looks on the field through practice before he makes a decision on that. And their offensive lineman, Joe Tippmann, is a thigh injury. So he's going to be out for a few weeks, which makes me think that Dwayne Brown will come back. But we'll have to see on both of those. Giants coming off snapping their 4-game losing streak with a 14-7 win at home over the Commanders. You have to trust the market. And if you saw the market in that game, you knew that something was up. And I wish I was smart enough to have then trusted the Giants, which I wasn't, but at least I stayed off. Tyrod Taylor, 18 and 29 for 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He also ran 8 for 25. The offensive line still struggles protecting him. I mean, nothing's changed there. He was sacked 4 times. So it would really help to get Andrew Thomas back and even John Michael Schmitz, the center back. Both are questionable. And now Evan Neal's also questionable for this week with an ankle injury. So because of the Evan Neal injury, they had to change their starting lineup for the 6th time in 7 games, and they looked a little better. Justin Pugh at left tackle, Marcus McKeithen at left guard, Bredesen at center, Glowinski at right guard, and Tyree Phillips at right tackle. Darren Waller caught 7 passes for 98 yards and a touchdown. The Giants offense had not scored a touchdown in 3+ games, 14 and 2/3 quarters before Waller got that touchdown. Jalen Hyatt caught 2 for 75. Saquon ran 21 for 77 and caught 3 for 41. He did lose a fumble. So did Sterling Shepard. But the defense was excellent. This is the best they've looked. Okereke was great, 11 tackles. Dexter Lawrence was a monster, 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. The team combined for 6 sacks and 12 quarterback hits. They held the Commanders to 1 of 15 on third down. They have terrible stats there. So the defense is better than the stats indicate, because they're 26th in the league, allowing conversions 43.7% of the time. They held the Commanders to 1 for 2 in the red zone. They're 23rd in the league there, allowing TDs on 61.9% of opponent opportunities. But they held Josh Allen and the Bills to 297 yards 2 weeks ago. And then last week, they held the Commanders down. Daniel Jones remains questionable. He's not received medical clearance for contact. He's not going to get that clearance anytime soon, I think. Now, that could blow up my face saying that now on a Tuesday, but that's my expectation. And they need Adoree Jackson available. He's questionable as well. Take it away for us here, Troy, the Battle of New York, MetLife Stadium. Makes me think of the movie Warriors. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I would definitely. I started off looking at this game thinking I would be on the Giants +3, and now it's starting to move down to 2.5. And usually that'd be a good sign. It hasn't been that way. The database doesn't suggest that that's been a very strong move, but it is, right? You're getting off that key 3. Maybe it's just the small sample that I have, but the Giants, I just can't get over when I start looking into the Giants what I find. Right now, PFF has them rated as the very last team in the NFL. I know things change with Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. Okay, I get that. Against top 10 defenses, they lost by 40, 18, and 21, and that's the Cowboys, Niners, and Seahawks. Deficit of 26 points on average, and that's where I started to look towards the Jets. The Jets defense is starting to experience favorable regression. And I talked about this when they matched up with the Broncos. People were selling this defense short, but they look at the strength of schedule. They played against the Bills when the Bills were full strength, and it was the offense is still healthy. Cowboys, Chiefs, and the Eagles, and they went 2-2 in those games. I think this Jets team has proven they could win games. That's why they're the favorites in this game. I think them opening as the favorites at 3 is the more strong sign in the market than the line going from 3 to 2.5. At some point, it's hard. And here's actually the interesting part about this. If you look at the market, what do you have for cash flow, Jim? I'm seeing 46% tickets, 70% cash on the Jets right now.
Yeah, let me pull that up. I might have missed.
Let's see if we're correlating.
Oh yeah, I did talk about 45% tickets, 70% cash on the Jets.
Yeah. So in this spot, when this total drops from 3 to 2.5, all matters is where the sharp action is. It's the sharp action is 6-0. So I'm going to be watching this market pretty closely. And if this is shaping up to be this way on Sunday, hopefully the Giants keep getting bet down. I wouldn't mind I'll take a Jets at a pick 'em. I don't care. But if the sharp action remains where it is right now, I'll be back in the Jets.
Interesting. Interesting. Very, very low total from 36 to 37. Did you have any feel for that one? It's probably really sharp. The final score is probably 2017.
It's probably really, really sharp. And all those totals, even though I have a bunch of under trends, even if this market ticks up, I have trends that point to the under, but it's not by margin. These scores are all hovering right around that 32 to 38. It's really sharp.
Well, I don't want the Jets here, and I think that we might have talked myself off of the Giants, but something real is happening with their defense, and for the Giants, that's all. Something real is happening, and giving Zach Wilson a couple weeks to think about things, I don't think is helpful. I don't, him feeling good about himself now, not being the pariah that he's been all his career. And the Jets are happy to be 3-3. This will be a great, fun game to watch. Yeah, I like the low-scoring games, anyways. That doesn't concern me. But at this point, I can't move on it.
There's got to be some under out there. Maybe it's in the player prop market. Maybe it's in the first half, first quarter, somewhere in the derivative markets. But I think that there's somewhere there's a gold mine and an under in this game. So I'll probably be looking for that as well.
And you may end up on the Jets, is what you're saying still.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on.